Let me see what's going on. Damn, motherfuckers calling already. Hold on. We gotta get into the show first. Let's start the show real quick before we got people calling in. You feel me? So what's good? What is good, people? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So, before we get into anything, remember to get How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, the ebook, hard copy, and audiobook. Make sure you guys get that book. Go to mrlocario.com to get your copy today. If you get the hard copy, remember you're going to get it autographed inside and mailed to your spot. You feel me? So make sure you guys get that going. You feel me? So we got in the chat room. Shout out to Ross, VP Films, Sean Steed. Was good? Was popping? So today's topic is called man shit. Okay? Gotta talk about some man shit. You gotta talk about keeping it real with yourself, keeping it real with women, keeping it real with, everyone around you. And, this topic was on my mind because, I've been thinking about stuff, going through some things, and I'm just like, man, like, what's really going on? What up, Johnny? What's going on? What's really going on in life, right? So, the reason why I wanted to touch on this topic also is, I'm always looking around online, looking at different people's videos, looking at message boards, looking at articles. Now, I want to say one thing real quick. There's certain things that I don't look at on purpose. So what I mean is let's say if I find a website or someone's video on YouTube and they're talking nonsense or bullshit, I may check out one or two of their videos because I'm like, okay, maybe this one is just some bullshit. Then I check out another one. I'm like, okay, this is some bullshit. And then I see another one. Okay, I'm like, okay, I don't need to watch this motherfucker anymore. I don't need to listen to this podcast. Because I already see the pattern of bullshit. And so most of the stuff that I see when it comes to the bullshit stuff that I'm seeing is, because I watch a lot of stuff about dating, relationships, and especially things that have to do with men trying to get women and trying to, be attractive to women, trying to make something happen. And you got a lot of guys out there who like they're not really, like, it's terrible. So they're not talking about like manhood. You understand? It's like they're talking about surface level shit. Now, there's nothing wrong with some surface level shit in certain cases, but a lot of times that's not really going to do anything for you in the long run. Because, for myself, right? I'm 37 years old, right? I lost my virginity when I was 16, right? I've dated probably like thousands of chicks and had sex with hundreds of girls. You understand? And so what I learned about the game is that the game is so deep and so heavy that most of y'all have no fucking idea. You understand? Some of you guys think it's just about getting pussy. Some of y'all think it's just about, trying to get a girl to like you and all that. Now, that's part of the game. I'm not saying it's not, but it goes much deeper than that. And you'll find that out at some point. Now, I'm telling you right now, when you find out how deep this shit goes, it's gonna be a slap in the face. It's gonna be a slap in the face. This is why a lot of times when I get on these videos and I talk a lot of different shit, I try to be able to the best of my ability, give you guys the reality of the situation. This is why I don't say goofy shit like it's all about looks, because that does nothing for you to get into the deep aspects of this game. You understand what I'm saying? This is why I don't say stupid shit like, oh, it's just about money and you having, a car, or you understand? Now, again, little things like that can help in certain situations, but that's just surface level shit. And so what happens is that when you're moving and shaking with that simple-minded surface level type of, thought process, You're setting yourself up for disappointment. Now, to be fair, some people may need that because some people aren't ready for real man shit. You understand? Most people are not ready for this shit. Because honestly, there's shit that, I wasn't ready for. You understand? That I had to take on and that I had to come to terms with. You feel what I'm saying? So, this is the thing. Being a man, being a real man, is a thankless job. You understand? Being a real man is a thankless job. Now, the irony in that statement is a real man doesn't need to be thanked for being a man, but it's still a thankless job. And so what do I mean by a real man? Because you're going to have a whole bunch of definitions and a whole bunch of, this is, to put it simply, just to paint a picture. And I've said this before. A real man is like a mountain or like a huge ass boulder or rock where it's stationary. It is what it is. It's there. You understand? Something you can depend on. Like, if you go down the road and come back, that rock is still going to be there or that mountain's still going to be there in the same spot, in the same place. See, the thing about being, manhood is that you're grounded in your principles. You're grounded in who you are and what you're about. Now, of course, there are things that can change here and there. As time goes on, that rock may change a little bit as far as, it might have a little bit of chips in it or somewhere here and there. It's like chipped off or whatever. Or the mountain might, it might have a little bit of grass here or something changes a little bit. But the essence of it is still what it is. Right? But see, the reason why, I say it's a thankless job is because when you're actually being a real dude, a real man, what happens is that everyone, not only women, but other, men, other children, other people, whatever, they look to you for basically everything. You see what I'm saying? And so you have this extreme responsibility as a man where you're taking care of all of these different things, and also you have to take care of yourself. So let's say there's this big huge boulder or rock and there's like a thunderstorm, and then you have these people out there and they come and they find shelter behind that rock or something. So the wind is blowing and they hide behind that rock. That rock is protecting them from all of this shit. And the rock is taking all of that shit in. You understand what I'm saying? So you as a man, you're taking all of that shit in. And you have to still remain that rock. And it's very difficult. And this is why you have dudes online talking about I'm MGTOW, I'm this, I'm that, I'm red pilled and all of this shit. Because, they're trying, I understand, but it's difficult, so I understand. So, like, there's a lot of bitch assness and a lot of bitch ass energy in certain situations that I'm seeing, and I understand it because it's difficult to be a real dude. So you're saying, so being a real man is about being a hero? I mean, I'm not gonna say to that extent, but it's not. You're not far off. You see what I'm saying? You're not far off. But see, it has to be something inside you, though. Because even though it's difficult, it's something that makes it. It's like you feel like you're supposed to do this. You understand? Shout out Tony Fatula. What's going on? You say you're a 21-year-old virgin who has zero experience with women at all. How do you get started with dating and being confident, even if you have no experience in bed and shit? Thanks for helping. Man, that's a whole nother joint. Well, well, listen. The short answer is make sure first, right, that you're confident within yourself. That's the first thing. Now you're gonna have, techniques and things you can do and all this other stuff, but you gotta first put yourself out there, experience some shit, and assess what's going on with yourself, and then you'll start to see, a little bit more things happening for you, or you might start to see a lot of things not going your way, and then that just gives you an indicator on what you need to work on. But I would say for you got to put yourself out there, understand, tap into what you think makes you great, and then go out there and execute. And then based off of that, you'll see where you need to go and what you need to work on. What up, Zeus? What's going on? Desmond Cook was popping. Ronil was going on. What's the deal? Yeah, so the thing is, you're talking about this man shit right here, man. And another thing you got to understand is, when it comes to you being a man, dealing with women, right? When you're dealing with women, this is going to be so challenging for you guys out here. You understand? It's and the reason why I'm saying that it's going to be challenging is because dealing with women really steps up your game. It really it keeps you sharp. It really keeps you sharp. This is why I tell guys, go out, talk to a lot of different girls, interact with a lot of different chicks, go out there and do this and do that, because it's going to keep you sharp. Now, the reason why it keeps you sharp is because women are going to do things that are in direct relation to, your manhood. Because they're just doing things out of their feminine energy. They're just being, their female selves. They're doing, the things that they do as women. Right? Now what's going to happen is this. What's going to happen is this. Is that if you're not careful, you're going to fall into a woman's frame. So what do I mean by that? What do I mean you're going to fall into a woman's frame if you're not careful? And what I mean is that you're going to fall into following her, agenda, or going down the direction that she wants to go. And because, and this is the thing, it's tricky because as a man, you sort of want to do things for women to a certain extent because you have this thing in you where you want to, protect the chick, and you want to fucking, do good things for your girl and all that. And there's nothing wrong with that. But it's a very thin line. And if you cross that line, you're getting into her frame. See, as a man, and especially when it comes to dealing with women, you have to live in the middle. And what do I mean by this? What I mean is, you can't go too far this way or too far that way. So, for example, if you're too nice, chicks is gonna fucking play you and take advantage of you. If you're too much of an asshole, right? You're gonna be too much for a chick, so she's eventually gonna be like, okay, this guy's an asshole, I'm not fucking with him, he's crazy. So you gotta live in the middle. You understand? Between that nice guy and that asshole. Pause. Right? Let's say let's say you're trying to contact the girl. If you contact the chick too much, you're too needy, you're too clingy, all of that shit. If you contact her too little, it's like, oh, well, she thinks you don't you lost interest in her, and she thinks you're not into her, so she's moves on. So you got to live in the middle. You got to be between where you're contacting her enough, but not too much. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing where it's this balance that it takes to keep cooperation going when it comes to dealing with women. And this is not even taking into account dealing with the emotions, dealing with just the female nature. You feel what I'm saying? And so this is all, man shit. But see, at the end of the day, you have to make sure that you're not compromising your manhood within anything you're doing when it comes to dealing with women. Because what I've noticed when it comes to dealing with women is women want what they want, when they want it, how they want it, at any cost. Now, women will hear that and say and think, they'll be like, oh, no, come on, man, you're doing too much, you're exaggerating. But it's true. So the thing is that as a man, you have to set up boundaries. You have to, make sure that, again, you're not getting into her frame, because there's going to be something about you that's going to make you sort of want to just give her whatever's going on, just so that you can feel like you're pleasing her, or you feel like, oh, well, I feel like I should do this to keep her happy and all this other stuff, because we've been indoctrinated as men to think manhood is basically sucking butt to women, or kissing up to women, or doing whatever women want us to do, simping, shit like that. The whole happy wife, happy life nonsense. You see what I'm saying? You feel me? So that's what you gotta understand. It's and the thing is, when it comes to you being on some man shit, you have to understand that you still have to give yourself attention as a man. You have to do things for you, do things that you want to do. See, the thing with the whole MGTOW thing, because MGTOW is like men going their own way, right? Which objectively, is a good thing. I've said this plenty of times. Like, I feel like men are supposed to be MGTOW in essence. Like, you're supposed to be going your own way because you're a man. That's what you do. You do things your own way. But see, what happened is that, and any MGTOW who watches this, correct me if I'm wrong or whatever, but this is what I'm seeing. It's gotten to a point where you have certain MGTOWs who say, well, I don't want to have to deal and have to, interact with women. Even though I desire women, even though I want to fuck chicks, even though I want to, have some sort of, I don't want to have to deal with none of that, so I'm just going my own way. You feel what I'm saying? Now, see, what I noticed with that is that, to an extent, that is a direct, it's like you're ignoring that direct situation because you don't want to have to deal with it. And to me, it's a form of feminine energy. What I notice is when I talk to a lot of women, like, for example, I'll be having a debate with women, and if the debate gets too, I guess, like, real, I should say, they'll always say, well, I don't want to talk about this anymore. That's always the go-to. I don't want to talk about this anymore. You see what I'm saying? That's the go-to line. Now, again, there's nothing wrong with that, but again, that's feminine energy. To want to have to not deal with certain things. This is why a lot of times you guys will get a girl's number and you call her and she don't respond to your call. You know why? Because she don't want to have to deal with rejecting you. You understand? So she just gives you the number. This is why you'll have sex with a chick and then all of a sudden she'll say, oh, I didn't feel I felt like you took advantage of me or whatever. You're thinking, yo, what the fuck? You didn't say anything. She didn't want to have to deal with the situation at the moment. Now, for whatever reason, she didn't want to deal with that as far as it, being her. Maybe she was scared to say something. She was scared that something crazy was going to happen. I get it. But the point is, she didn't want to have to deal with that. You understand? See, as a man, you got to deal with shit. You see what I'm saying? And this is why most guys don't want to be real men. They don't want to have to deal with shit. And I get it. Dealing with shit is hard. You see what I'm saying? I get it. Dealing with shit is hard. But you're not doing anything for yourself if you're trying to run away from the shit you need to deal with. Ross, you say, yeah, but sometimes as a man, you don't want to have to deal with girls who are flaky and uncooperative. No, I get it. And that's the thing. You shouldn't put up with flaky and uncooperative women. You should charge them to the game. But then you deal with other girls who are not flaky and who are not uncooperative. Because, see, what you got to understand is this. These people out here can try to fool themselves and fool other people if they want to. But if you're a man, right? It's in your nature to want to deal with women. It's a desire to want to deal with females. You understand? This is in us. This is not some you know what I'm saying? So what happens is because you're having issues with that, and everybody's going to have issues with it, what you're trying to do is you're trying to find ways to not have to deal with it, to cope. And I get it. It's hard. But we got to call it what it is. You see what I'm saying? We got to call it what it is. And so the thing is, what I was saying is, as a man, you still have to do shit for you. Right? Because what happens is, and this is why a lot of dudes, go MGTOW, this is why, and to this extent it makes sense, is because guys have got caught up in forgetting, who they are or what they were about when they're dealing with women, which is why it's this strong pushback, because while they're dealing with women, they're feeling all of this energy of, damn, I'm losing who the fuck I am. You understand what I'm saying? So a guy, he gets married, he has kids, he has, all these different responsibilities, which, again, there's nothing wrong with that. But what happens is that instead of him being a man and taking fucking, control, or taking, I should say, or managing or leading that situation, he becomes a slave to that situation. You see what I'm saying? So you got a lot of guys out here who have girlfriends, wives, kids, whatever, where they're in these situations and they're slaves to this situation. Shout out to Dating Mindset and Raw Game, Affy Kingdom. What's going on, bro? So the thing is, you don't want to become a slave to these situations. And you become a slave to these situations when you get thrown off and get into the woman's frame. Or some people might even get into their kid's frame. See, as a man, you're supposed to have them in your frame, because they're reaping the benefits of them, of you being that man. You see what I'm saying? It's like I said in that same example. If you have some people running behind this huge ass boulder or something and trying to get shelter from the fucking storm and shit flying around, they're in the frame of that boulder. The boulder's not in their frame. VP Film, so you said, so you waiting for a woman to make the move and make it happen, so to speak, is wrong. What if the woman doesn't follow? Well, first of all, I don't understand why dudes be waiting for chicks to do anything, really. And that's another mistake. And see, the reason why it's a mistake, hold on, I'm going to take calls in a second. I'm going to take calls soon. Hold on. Right? The reason why that's a mistake, and I've made this mistake plenty of times, is that look, the reason why it's a mistake is because you have the idea that you and her are the same, or exactly the same, which you're not. And so since you think you're the same, what happens is that you're saying to yourself, well, I don't have to do anything as the man. She could just do the thing. She can just do the thing. I'm going to wait for her to do the thing. So even, let's say, for example, you want a woman to call you, right? You still give her the number, tell her when to call you. It's still instructing her. You see what I'm saying? So you're not sitting there chilling, on a park bench waiting for chicks to roll up on you and holler at you. No. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of dudes have this thought process of, oh, well, just get, money, get nice cars, get some fly shit, and women are just going to flock to you. The women are going to come once you get all this shit. Don't worry about none of this stuff. Just get your money up. As soon as you get your money up, the women are going to come. As soon as you get your looks, money, and status up, that's when the girls are going to start choosing. You understand? Now, what you guys don't understand is that your idea of choosing, or your idea of the girl coming to you, you think of it as the girl's going to actually walk up to you, say, hey, what's up? How you doing? What's your name? You understand? It's ridiculous. What it means for when a woman's going to come to you, that phrase is misinterpreted a lot. When we say the women will come to you, that means that if you are on point with whatever you're doing, right? Meaning you're on point with your with how strong your game is, and also all these other aspects of your life, that means that you're going to put yourself in position to be around more of those type of women, to give yourself more access to get those things popping for you. And when I say that your game is tight, it means that you're able to figure out the signs and the signals of when a woman is choosing. So for example, if you're at some, event, you understand, there's a chick across the room that's checking you out, but you don't even realize that she's checking you out, because you still think that you're supposed to stand there and the girl's supposed to actually walk her ass over there, come up to you, say, hey, blah, 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 blah. And now, again, this doesn't mean that this doesn't happen, once in a blue moon. But 90% of the time, it's not going to happen for you like that. You understand? So you have to be able to peep when the girl's choosing you, so you can actually create the situation. You understand? Because you got to ask yourself this question. If men who are used to if guys like you, who are technically supposed to be going up to women and approaching them, right? If you're nervous to do that, what makes you think a woman who hardly ever does that is not going to be nervous to do that? Why would she just all of a sudden, a woman all of a sudden just have the balls to just go up to random dudes and approach just because, a dude has money or whatever the fuck you think? So you got to get that misconception, out of your head of, oh, well, if I just get all this shit, chicks are just going to come. No. Get your shit, do your thing, step your shit up, but understand, as a man, you still got to put in that work. Fly Guy 860, you said, how do you know when a woman is choosing you? Well, there's a lot of different signs that a woman will be choosing you. The most obvious sign, of course, is if a chick is consistently looking at you and checking you out. You understand? That's the super obvious sign. That's like the thing most everybody understands. But there's other signs that a chick is choosing you. So another sign a chick is choosing you, for example, is if you're having a conversation with her and she seems to be asking you way more questions than you're asking her. That's another sign. Another sign a chick is choosing you is if you're in a situation or a party or an event and you notice that you see a girl continuously being in your space, meaning that let's say you're at the bar and you're just chilling and getting a drink, there's a girl standing next to you. Then you might go to the other end of the room, and then 10 minutes later she's near there talking to somebody else. Then you go to the other side of the room and you notice she's there, she's choosing, she's putting herself in your orbit so you can try to holler at her. You understand? So there's a lot of different signs that a chick is choosing, right? But again, notice in all of those things, I didn't say that the chick just sees you from across the room, runs up on you, and tries to get at you like that. That doesn't happen for 99, I would say 97% of dudes probably. You understand what I'm saying? So you understand, you got to understand that shit. So guys got to really understand what's going on in this game, because, see, dudes say a whole bunch of shit that sounds cute, but doesn't actually work or apply in real life. You understand? And that I'm not here to say shit that sounds cute. Because dudes, a lot of people subscribe to what I call comfort advice. What is comfort advice? Comfort advice is advice that may not necessarily work in reality, but it makes you feel good. It makes you feel hopeful. So if I tell you, yo, listen, man, all you got to do is get your money up, brother. You just get your paper up, and the chick's going to start flocking to you. So what that does is it gives you hope that, oh, well, all I got to do is start making more money, or pretend that I got money, or make it seem as if I have money, or try to get more money. And then what's going to happen? You're going to try to get more money. And then you're going to get, let's say you're making $50,000, you start making $80,000. But shit ain't popping off. The girl still ain't coming at you. So you say, oh, you know what? Well, maybe I got to make $100,000. The girl still ain't coming at you. You know what? I got to make $150,000. That's what it is. I got to get more money. That's why I don't got... You see what I'm saying? Sounds nice, but it don't really equate to real life situations. Because if you go to a club right now and you see 100 dudes in there, and no chicks is really running after these dudes, you trying to tell me all 100 of those guys are just poor? They ain't got no money? Is that what it is? That's why the chicks ain't approaching them? You see what I'm saying? So get away from that comfort advice. Because see, and the thing with this is the thing. This is what you gotta understand. A lot of it, this is the thing. If the advice you're getting doesn't make you feel a little bit uncomfortable, it's probably bullshit. You understand what I'm saying? The shit should make you feel a little bit uncomfortable. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because what happens is that if you're not having success in what you're trying to do, right? That means that you're not doing things correctly in most cases. So now when you get some real advice, what's going to happen is you're going to start thinking about how you've been doing shit. And you're going to be like, damn, like, fuck, that's why shit wasn't going away, because I was simping. I was doing this and I could have been doing that. Or what happens is that the advice attacks your ego or your sense of identity. That really makes you uncomfortable. You understand? Because what happens is that you thought you knew something that you looked at as fact. And then when you realize what you thought you knew was in fact not fact, it fucks your whole head up. So this is why I love when dudes is always talking about, yo, it's just all about looks. And then these motherfuckers see a dude who's twice as ugly as they are with a bad chick. And then what they got to say. Usually what happens is that they try to rationalize, well, maybe he got money, that's why he got that bad chick. Or, you understand? Because they don't want to admit or realize that they have work to do. So a lot of times, especially a lot of people who give advice to women, give them comfort advice. They say, girl, it's not, it's these men out here are intimidated by you, girl. That's why. They scared of a strong woman. You understand what I'm saying? That's why these guys don't want you right now. That's why they acting up. You understand? It's nothing you doing. And no, you're fine. They're intimidated. You just haven't found the guy who's not into, because all these guys out here is full of shit. So that's why you don't have a man. See, the advice makes her feel good. But see, if somebody says, listen, your problem is you might need to fix your attitude and work out a little bit more to tighten up that stomach. Right? So now, again, that advice is going to make her uncomfortable. You understand what I'm saying? But it actually will help her. See, it's going to make her uncomfortable because no one's telling her this, and she's finally getting hit with that. But at the same time, deep down, she knew this. You understand? See, this is what's so interesting about, doing this stuff. Right? Y'all know my slogan. What is my slogan? The truth is inside you. Right? Do you realize that everything that I'm saying to you guys, you actually already know? I'm going to say that again. The stuff that I'm saying to y'all already know this shit. But what's happening is you don't recognize it. So I'm basically a mirror to help you recognize what you already know. You see what I'm saying? This is why every time when I talk about confidence, right? This is why I say you don't have to do anything to be confident. You are already confident. You just don't know you're confident already. You understand? You don't know it yet. So what I have to do is I have to strip all of the bullshit insecurity off you so you can see your value. Do you see what I'm saying? The confidence is already inside you. Like I always use this example. Like you're like a fucking BMW or Mercedes-Benz, and that Mercedes-Benz has a whole bunch of dirt on it, on the windows, and all the dirt all over the car. The car is just dirty. It's just a big pile of dirt. It's under a big pile of dirt. Right? All you see is the dirt. You say, I'm a dirty piece of shit. But guess what? How about we wash those windows? How about we take off the dirt? You understand what I'm saying? How about we take that, take off the, and imagine, and I said also, inside the car is diamonds and jewels, but you can't see it because all the dirt is on the window. So the confidence is already inside you. You just don't see it. You understand? And what you're doing is you're trying to get people from the outside, right, to tell you that you ain't a dirty piece of shit. You understand? But you already aren't a dirty piece of shit. You just don't realize it. And it's up to you to take that shit off. It's up to you to see it. Because I can tell you, I can roll up to you as that car with all the dirt on it, and I say, bruh, you know you a fucking expensive, valuable car with jewels in it. You're going to be like, nigga, please. You see that I'm a dirty piece of shit? And I'm telling you, my dude, just wipe off them fucking windows and shit. Nah, son, I'm a dirty piece of shit. That's what's happening. You understand? Ozzy 401, you said, how do you get confidence when you're broke? No, this is what I'm talking about. So wait, you need money to be confident? Is that what you're saying, Ozzy? You need money to be confident? You don't need money to be confident. Ozzy 411, you do not need money to be confident. See, this is what I'm saying. This is why we got to talk about some man shit today. This is why we got to talk about some man shit today. See, you don't need money to be confident. Because what you're saying now is that your confidence is coming from the money. So if I take your money away, you can't be confident. You understand? It's crazy. So you're basically saying that you are dependent on that money for you to feel confident. Ross, you said if your social skills are poor, how do you get social confidence? Well, first of all, if you're scared about your if you're insecure about your social skills, right? You feeling secure or insecure about your social skills has to do with a feeling inside you. So you could literally say to yourself, I don't feel insecure about my social skills. Just like that. And believe it. And then so what you're going to do is you're going to go out there, you're going to talk to somebody, and you're going to be nervous, you're not going to know what to say. Right? And then what happens is you say, oh shit, you know what? I noticed that my social skills isn't on point. What can I do to better my social skills? Okay, let me take these courses or let me learn how to get shit popping with the social skills. But guess what? Your thought process and you even wanting to get better or going down that direction came from you actually believing you can make it happen or believing that you have the ability to have good social skills. Right? Because you can go out there and practice and get better with your social skills and say, okay, well, I'm confident in the fact that my social skills are good now because I'm competent in the social skills. But you don't need to be competent in the social skills to have confidence to have social skills. Martin, you said we got dudes who ain't want the hard food, but still babies in the mind, so they got to stay on the Gerber shit. Oh, man. Because this is what you got to understand about being confident about stuff. Your confidence doesn't necessarily need to equate to your ability to do something in reality. So what I mean is, let's say, I don't know how, like, I've never fixed a computer in my life. Right? And I'm over at my friend's house and my friend is like, damn, my computer fucked up and broke. It got broke or is messed up. What the confidence is, or the confident person will say, yo, you know what? I can fix this computer. I can get this going. Let me take a look at it. Even though they never fix the computer, they think they can. You understand? Now, will they get the computer fixed? Maybe, maybe not. But guess what the confident person is going to do? When they realize, let's say they can't get the computer fixed, they're going to be like, oh shit, well, I'm not exactly sure what to do, so I'm going to find out what to do and then do it. You see what I'm saying? But they didn't need to find out how to do it first before they were confident enough to do it, because they went ahead to try to do it even before they knew what to do. You see what I'm saying? And this is what I'm saying, where you don't need to be you don't need for outside shit first before you're confident. You can just have it in you. Just like I always say, I wrote my books and I've never written books before. So if the logic is I need to have had written a book before I can be confident about writing a book, how in the fuck did I write my first book if I never wrote a book before? You understand? How was I confident enough to make it happen? Or was it I just was doing it, I was dabbling in it, I was just like, I was insecure about writing the book, and then it just happened, and then now that it happened, now I can be confident about making it happen. Bullshit. Now again, like I said before, once you're competent, and competent means knowing how to execute and do something successfully, you can say, I am confident that I can do this, right? So once you learn how to fix the computer, you can say, I am confident in the fact that I can fix this computer because I've done it before. I'm not saying that's incorrect. What I'm saying is when you think that that is the only way for you to have confidence, that's bullshit. You understand? Confidence is the belief. You don't have to have done something to believe that you can do it. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the problem with a lot of you guys. This is why I got so much trouble going up and approaching girls. Because you're like, well, I haven't approached a girl before. I don't know what to do, and I haven't done it, so I can't be confident enough to approach the girl. Bullshit. See, we talking about man shit today. You understand? ESA, you said, I'm better off explaining to guys that they have to accept that they have to get their L's out the way in order to get success. And that's the thing. That's what, look, anybody who's successful had to go through some shit. You understand? You have to go through some shit. So a lot of dudes, they're not confident, and they're waiting for something to make them confident, which ironically will keep them insecure. You understand? That's the funny part about it. If you're saying, I can't be confident unless I already did something to tell me I'm confident, that keeps me insecure because my confidence is based off of me doing the outside shit. So therefore, if I don't do something on the outside, then I can't be confident. You understand? And it's fucking, it's like a cycle. Now it's like, okay, well, I want to do something else. Well, I can't be confident about that unless it happened. So now how's it going to happen? Because I'm scared to do it because I'm insecure that I'm not even going to make it happen. And then let's say for sake of argument, I manage to make the shit happen, right? Then I make it happen. And then now what happens is, let's say for sake of argument, I try it again and it doesn't work. Then now am I supposed to not be confident now because it didn't work this time? Like what? It's ridiculous. See, this is the funny part. And this is why it's so hard to explain confidence to people. Because confidence is a belief, and it's that feeling. It's kind of like trying to explain happiness. Happiness technically can't be explained. You understand? It's something that you feel once you drop your illusions and bullshit. So once you drop your insecurities and the nonsense of thinking that I need this and that in order to be confident, once you drop that, then you'll be confident. Then you'll really be confident. Because nothing can take away your confidence. See, if you think you need money to be confident, I take away your money, I'm taking away your confidence. You understand that? If you think you need women to be confident, I take away your women, I'm taking away your confidence. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing, man. And see, as a man, right, you have to be confident in yourself, when it comes to masculinity. Because especially in today's age, you're constantly surrounded by feminine energy. We're in a very feminine dominated society right now. You are constantly surrounded by feminine energy. And this feminine energy is trying to grab you into their frame, into their feminine energy frame. You understand? What up, Ellie George is good. They're trying to grab you in that frame. And so, you know, you have to be confident in your, you know, in your manhood. Right? Because again, if you're looking outside yourself for the confidence, right? And again, to me, it's weird. It's like, because look, both things are right. And what I mean is this. You have the core confidence, where that's coming from already inside you without you having to have something happen or something to co-sign or whatever. That's the core confidence. Now, you can build confidence also through competence. So like I was saying earlier, if you know how to do this thing, then you're like, well, I'm confident in the fact that I can do this thing. But see, what you have to understand is that if you're only looking for the outside thing, you as that human being you're always going to be controlled and swayed by what's happening outside. You see what I'm saying? So you're never really harnessing the power of you. You said, what about acting too masculine? Well, that's the thing. See, again, you know, everything's a balance. I was saying earlier, you got to live in the middle. Because sometimes, let's keep it real. If a man is acting, if a man is, you know, you should be in your masculinity. But if you're like extremely alpha, it's almost virtually impossible for you to have a relationship with a woman. If you want a relationship with a woman, like my dude Alan Roger Curry says, and I heard this say this before, but he correct me if I'm wrong, but he said that you have the alpha with the beta traits. Those are the guys who are, I would say, top tier guys who can be in a relationship with a woman. Because this is the thing. If you're extremely alpha to a certain extent, you'd probably be like breaking up with your girl every 5 minutes. You understand what I'm saying? Like you could, it's because sometimes, look, sometimes I'm like, and I'm talking about girl meaning any chick you're dealing with, girl you're dating, girl who's your girlfriend, girl who's your wife, fiance, whatever it is. There's times where the girl you're dealing with is going to do shit that's going to make you say, why? You're going to be like, why? Why? What are you doing? And there's going to be something inside yourself saying, shouldn't I charge her right now for this shit? Like, okay, for example, let's say you're chilling with a chick and you're talking with her and she gets upset about, I guess, something you say or something, and she curses you the fuck out. She's like, man, fuck you. I don't need to listen to you, you punk bitch. That's why your dick's small, right? You're like, excuse me, what? Now, at this point, you want to be like, yo, fuck out of here. Get out of here. Like, I'm done with you. Like, how you gonna talk to me like that? You serious? Get the fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? But see, that's the thing. Again, this is what I'm talking about, man shit. Right? One, the reason why sometimes she'll talk to you that way, and this is a hard pill to swallow for a man, and this is the type of shit that keeps me up at night sometimes thinking about this shit. Because when we talk about man shit, that means that you are taking responsibility for everything in your life. So a lot of times what happens is that when a chick is acting sort of weird or fucked up to you, a lot of times that may mean that there's something that you're doing that makes her feel as if she's comfortable enough to come at you like that. And what I mean is, there's something you're doing where you're not that grounded in your masculinity, which makes her sort of feel as if this is okay to do. You feel what I'm saying? So that's one thing. Now, another thing is, you know, you're dealing with this girl, and you're like, damn, like, this chick is acting the fuck up. So now, your first instinct is that emotion. You're like, shit. So you feel that emotion. But as a man, I was talking about this on the Bad Boy show, you don't want to just blurt out emotion because now you are again in her frame. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're going back and forth with her, she's like, oh, fuck you, well, fuck you, bitch, blah, blah, blah. You're doing all that crazy shit. Now, what you have to understand is, and this is what I talk about, you being, you valuing yourself as a man. As a man, you are doing a service to women by even engaging and dealing with that type of energy. And so what I mean is that when you're doing a service to women, what that means is that you are managing and leading that situation to make the situation better at the end of the day. You feel what I'm saying? So it takes you to sort of step back and say, because you saying, look, man, fuck that shit. This fucking bitch is on some bullshit. I'm done. I'm going MGTOW. I get it. You feel what I'm saying? But see, this is the thing. I remember a long time ago, I was at a comedy show, and this comedian said the realest shit I ever heard. He said, I don't understand why people break up. He said, you're going to break up with someone you have problems with. To get with somebody else, you're going to have problems with. And I thought that shit was so real. I was like, God damn, that's some real shit. Now, of course, there's going to be times you're going to have to break up with somebody because they fucking crazy or whatever it is. But the essence of what he's trying to say was that if you want to be in a relationship, and when I say relationship, I'm saying any type of relationship. I'm talking about, even for you motherfuckers who talking about, I'm just going to pump and dump. I'm just going to pump and dump. You pumping and dumping is still a relationship, right? So basically, if you want to, have any moment in your life where you're dealing with women, you're going to have to deal with women. You understand? If you want to deal with women, you got to deal with women. And so, when we talk about this man shit, this is why you have to be on your P's and Q's as a man to make sure that you're guarding your masculinity and not getting into her frame. And at the same time, being able to manage, lead, and orchestrate that situation to where it's beneficial for both of you, for you and her. But again, it's a lot of work, so I get it. This is why a lot of dudes don't want to be real men. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy. But there you go. Let me, if you guys want to call in, number 646-481-3901. So you guys can, start calling up and all that shit. Man, job bless. You said, so you're supposed to stay if a chick, what? Are you saying, are you supposed to stay if a chick acts that way? No. This is the thing. What I'm saying is that you need to be able to, when you're dealing with women, you have a line. When they cross that line, you got to charge them to the game. But within that line, you have to be able to manage the situation, check her, and make sure everything is back on point. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Locario.
What up? What's popping?
Just got juice.
What up, bro? What's going on with you, bro?
Not much. You tell me. You got for 5.
Nigga, you gonna call me so what's up? No, what's going on with you, man? What's the deal?
You was talking about in the beginning of the you was saying it's more about inside you of like certain stuff.
Mm.
In the beginning, can you give more examples of that? Because I'm taking notes.
Wait, say that again. When I was saying what?
Way in the beginning, when you were saying, "Oh, it's like inside yourself, like certain stuff you do. It's not what other people think."
Mm. Are you talking about like with like confidence and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. See, it's the thing. It's like what it is the problem is people are always looking for everyone else to co-sign them. But what you have to understand is that everything still comes from in you. It comes from inside you, and then it goes outward. People are trying to get shit outside to make them feel a certain way. So, for example, and this is what I want to just point out to make you guys understand that it's coming from inside you, is that you could be feeling like a person could actually come up to you and say, "Hey, you're a beautiful person. You're a very good-looking person. You're amazing, all this other shit." But if you don't feel like that, right? If you don't feel that way, then you're still going to feel fucked up, because even though they said it, the feeling within you is so strong that you still feel like, you ain't shit, right? Now, what happens is I've actually seen a video of this where a guy, I think it was one of these TFL guys, was saying that. This one guy said, "Oh, I'm ugly to women." And he said that this girl came up to him and said, or he was talking to this girl, and the girl said that he was handsome. Or he said, if a girl said I'm handsome, I wouldn't believe her. Because to him, he feels he's ugly. He feels he's not shit, or whatever he was saying, right? So a lot of it is the feeling. So how do you get the feeling? That's the question that most people want to know, because most people are worried about what everybody else is saying outside. So the thing is that the way you get the feeling is, first, you have to understand that you matter, right? Because this is the thing. Let's say, for example, you got juice. Let's say you say to me, Mr. Locario, that, "Hey, Mr. Locario, you suck. You're terrible. You understand? You're whatever," right? Now,
Yeah.
I say to myself, "Hey, I think I'm fucking awesome," right? Now, we're both people, right? Yes or no?
Yeah.
Now, what makes your opinion more important than my opinion, or what makes my opinion more important than your opinion? Nothing. It's just we just got opinions, right? So
Yeah.
if you can take other people's opinion, why can't you take your own opinion about you? You see what I'm saying? And that's the problem. It's about taking your own opinion about you and holding your opinion in high regard. See, the funny part is that this is where the insecurity lies, is that it's so deep, because you think you're nothing, so what you say to yourself means nothing. You see what I'm saying? And this is why people don't understand confidence, because they're already designating other things to other people outside of themselves. They feel like those people are important, more important than them. They feel like they're nothing and everything else is everything. And I need to get everything else in order for me to feel like something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
like
that's the problem.
Like the confidence or whatever you're trying to get is already inside you. You just need to unlock it.
Right, exactly. You got to know it's there. That's what I'm saying. Like, you just got to tell yourself this shit. Tell yourself this shit all the fucking time. See, the problem is, dudes will say, because again, they keep saying, well, it's negative reinforcement. Oh, I'm getting all this negative reinforcement from everybody out there, or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? But what you got to understand is, and see, let me get a little bit deep with this shit, right? we're all connected. So what that means is that even right now, I'll give you an example. I'm talking to you, and you're talking to me. You feel what I'm saying? And we're having this dialogue back and forth, right? So there's a balance there, meaning I mean nothing. Hear me now. I mean nothing without you. And you mean nothing without me. So what that means is, even in this moment, we give each other meaning, because you're watching me and I'm talking to you, and I'm listening to you and you're talking to me, and we're having the back and forth discussion. You see what I'm saying? So I need you. Do you understand what I'm saying? I need you and you need me. Do you see what I'm saying? We need each other. So what that means is that we're both valuable. So what that means is that even if you don't see the value in me, I see the value in me. So I don't necessarily need you to see the value in me. I understand the value in me because I understand that I'm needed in this situation. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I'm not on the stream just talking to myself, right? And you're not sitting on the stream listening to nobody. You feel what I'm saying? Both of us in this situation are important. So what I'm saying is that since we're both important to the situation, my opinion and your opinion is important. So even if I don't have your opinion, I have my opinion. And even if you don't have my opinion, you have your opinion. And both of our opinions have value. You see what I'm saying? So even if 100 people are telling me, oh, well, you ain't shit, you whack, oh, you suck, guess what? I think I'm the shit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's all I need. You see what I'm saying? But see, people, again, they're putting too much stock into what everybody else is saying and thinking and all this other stuff, and they don't know how to run on their own fumes. They don't know how to run in their own fuel. This is why a lot of entrepreneurs fail, because the ones that succeed, they had to run on their own fuel. Everyone was telling them, yo, you can't do it. You suck. Nobody's going to ever buy your shit. Nobody's going to ever do this. Okay, cool. You can say all of that, but guess what? I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to make it happen. I know I'm going to make it go down. So you're running on your own shit. That's confidence. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing that guys got to understand. I'm telling you, man, this shit is deep. This is what I was saying at the beginning of the show. Like, this is a lot of shit. Dudes is talking surface level shit. But when you get really deep into it, you understand what the fuck is going on. You see what I'm saying? And this is when you actually get maximum results when you're trying to make something happen, because you're recognizing the value in you. You're recognizing the God in you. You see what I'm saying? You're recognizing the man in you. You feel what I mean?
Deep.
Say that again?
I'm sweating right now.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Because you ever hear the phrase, you're not man enough?
Yeah.
That's some real shit, because when you think about it, in order to be man enough, all that's really saying is are you up for the task of being that dude? Are you up for the task of being brave enough to recognize that you're that motherfucker? You understand what I'm saying? Are you man enough? Are you at that point in your masculinity to where you know you're that motherfucker, you're that dude, you can do the things you need to do, and you can make the things happen that you want to make happen, and you understand the responsibility of being a man. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You feel what I mean? And that's real shit. In the chat room, L Hall said Lil Wayne was saying he's the best rapper alive. Many didn't believe it, but he believed it. Exactly. And a lot of people started saying, yo, this nigga's the best. And that's another thing. A lot of times what happens is that, and this is what I was saying, when you start to see yourself a certain way, that's when other people are going to see you a certain way. And this is why it's hard for guys to get girls to be attracted to them, because you have to be attracted to yourself first, and then the girls are going to be attracted to you. You understand that? Like
Yeah.
you have to first look at yourself and understand your value. Then the girls are gonna see the value. It's the same way where just like you have artists that put out music. At first, some people will probably be like, "Yeah, that shit is whatever, whatever." Niggas play that shit every day, 15 times a day. You hear it all the time. You see them the videos all over the place and all that. Then after a while, you're like, "Yo, this song ain't that bad." It's the same fucking song. Why did your opinion change? Your opinion changed because that artist believed in themselves. They were confident, and they kept their shit pushing. So other people got on the bandwagon later. But it started with them believing in themselves, which is what made you fucking fuck with it. And again, they got you in their frame. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. That's what
And
I'm saying, man.
yesterday, this female, she was, video chatting, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I don't know, something inside me just said, just like, I don't know, just be cool, calm, collected, like you always said. And I did that, and she's sitting there reacting, and this and that. And then she was like, "Oh, you want?" Next thing you know, she said, "You want to see my, her chest."
Mm-hmm.
And then I looked at her, and then she was like, "What?" And then I was like, "It's what you want to do. I ain't gonna say nothing." And then she was like, "Are you gonna act?" I was like, "Why would I act? Like, it's what you want to show me." And then 15 minutes later, she went home, and then she started pulling it out. I was like, "This shit is crazy."
Man, is this the same chick from last time?
Nah, it's a different one, but the same girl, my homeboy, baby mama, she still like my pictures still.
Okay.
And now now my other friend, he's seeing it, and we just both laughing every single time.
Hey, well, look, man, I'm glad you fucking with other chicks at this point. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's a good thing. At least you ain't sticking to the same, goofy shit from last time. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But yo, listen, I gotta get a few more of these calls though, real quick, because people is like, trying to get in, like crazy.
All right,
but yo, I'm out at you, man. All right.
All right.
All right. Be safe. All right, people. Call back to number 646-481-3901. Man, it's hot as shit in this motherfucker. Man. But yo, what's going on?
Hello.
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Hello.
What's going on? Who's this?
Hello. Yeah, this coming from the Thankful restaurant.
Oh god damn it! These trolls, man. These trolls
This
be
is
heavy.
Thankful restaurant. I don't know.
These trolls be coming in heavy. Gillen, you said you see yourself as an attractive man and act like that, but it's still hard for me to pick up women. How many women are you talking to, bro? How hard are you going? Are you working on your technique? All that shit matters. Yo, what's going on? Who's this?
Hey, it's Ross from Southern California.
What's going on, bro?
Not much. How about you?
I'm good. Chilling. What's the deal?
So, so I had a question about rejection.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I was just thinking how, sometimes, like you were saying, how sometimes a girl will just reject you, not just because it has anything to do with you, but just because, maybe you're not her type, or whatever you, but I'm confused because I thought, even if you're not her type, couldn't you, somehow, influence her if you had, the confidence or the game or something, or you said something?
Well, yeah, sometimes you can, but sometimes you can't, because sometimes if you're see, I talked about this before. You usually have you're gonna run into three types of things when you're dealing with women. You're gonna run into women who are the first type, which is extremely attracted to you. Second type is somewhat attracted to you, and the third type is totally not attracted to you, like they're not into you at all, right? So sometimes a chick will reject you because you're not her type, and she's totally not into you at all. So therefore, it doesn't matter what you say or do, it ain't gonna work out. You feel me? then the first girl who's totally into you, like she's really, really feeling you, she's not going to reject you because she's into you. She's going to be, cooperating. Now, the girl in the middle, who's sort of somewhat into you, she may reject you, but then you can, even though you're not necessarily her type, you can still talk to her, interact with her, and get her to, you can seduce her to, persuade her to want to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? So those type of girls you can do that with. Others, so if you're able to seduce that chick, you can. And so the way that you find out if that girl is that type of girl is if you're talking to her and you notice that she's, showing a little bit of interest, you see what I'm saying? Then she may be that girl, but also she might be an attention whore. So you still gotta figure it out. But the best way to figure it out is that you go more direct when you're talking to her. So that'll like weed out if she's an attention whore or if you could seduce her to make her actually want to fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, there are girls that if they reject you at first, you could still say something and do something, but they gotta be those girls in the middle. You see what I'm saying?
So the ones who are not in the middle at all, or have no interest in you at all,
right?
It's just because like
because
they don't like your vibe and they don't like your looks.
Yeah. So sometimes it could be just your look. Sometimes it could be your look and your vibe. Sometimes it could be your look, your vibe, your personality, all that shit. So sometimes because they're just not into it, right? It's just not gonna happen. Just like how, let's say, what type of girls are you totally not attracted to? Like, for example, give me an example of a type of girl you're totally not into at all.
Like the really skinny girls with flat chest.
Right.
Like flat butt.
Right. So if you was talking to her or that girl was talking to you, in a lot of cases, right? Because I know most guys, for them, they'll still probably hit it, but do you think that she could do anything to where she could become your girlfriend?
I mean,
see how you. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like
probably not.
Right. Exactly.
I may want to fuck her, but
right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Maybe.
You probably hit it, but you would never make her your girl. You wouldn't be like really trying to go in on because that's not your type. You're just not into her like that. You see what I'm saying? So girls have the same thing. A girl may see you and you're just not what she's feeling, and so that's cool. You don't have to get every girl. You know what I mean? So the thing is though, is that you gotta be able to sort of differentiate between a girl who's an attention whore and a girl who is showing a little bit of interest to the point where you could still make it happen, even if she rejected you first initially. You see what I'm saying? Because and the thing is too is the more direct you are, the easier it is to see if she would really try to make something happen. So for example, let's say you at a party, you see a girl and you walk up to her, and let's say you just talk to her for maybe, I don't know, like 2 minutes, and you say, hey, listen, you seem cool, we should get together, give me a number. And she's like, oh, no, I don't think I want to do that. I'm not really ready for all that, whatever, right? So she's basically rejecting you, right? But, she's, let's say she was smiling while y'all were talking. She was, like, flirting a little bit or whatever. So she's not totally not into you. Because usually if a girl's totally not into you, they'll give you one-word answers. They'll be, like, very standoffish. You feel what I'm saying? So if she was still being cordial, you see what I mean? If she's still being cool or whatever, you could be like, well, listen, listen, you're gonna meet a whole bunch of dudes out here that's gonna tell you a whole bunch of bullshit. So listen, how about me and you on some real shit? Just get together, hook up. You're attractive. I'm an attractive guy. Sometimes you might have that urge to make something happen. Let's see what could go down. Now, even if she's like, oh no, I can't do that, blah blah blah, you're still at least going in the direction of being more direct. Because what happens is that if you're being very vague. If she's an attention whore, she can play around with your vagueness. If you're being direct about that, it's hard for her to play around with that because she has to answer to that thing you're saying right now. You see what I mean? And so that's what you do to see if you can still sort of persuade her, seduce her to get her to that next point. Usually, me personally, I don't like to do that much. I just like to deal with the chicks who's like cooperating, from the beginning. You feel what I'm saying? Right. But there are times where you might see a girl who's bad that you want to still get at. and then that's how you would do it. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, you want to do it to the point, and then there's gonna be a point where she's going to let it be known she's not really trying to make it happen, and you just charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? But you know, it is what it
I
is.
see.
Yeah, man. So you know,
I see. So the ones in the middle,
Right.
they're the ones who'll say kind of no, but they'll also show some like nonverbal sign.
right,
And
and
they have
it's just
some interest.
right, and it's just seeing the vibe, because the thing is, you know, again, the ones who are really, really feeling you, they'll let you know they're feeling you. It's just, that's nothing. The ones who totally not feeling you, you'll see it by the very standoffish nature, and then the girls in the middle are the ones that are in between the first and the third one. But again, you still have to be able to sort of go in on it to make sure she's just not being an attention whore, because chicks will still try to use you for attention because they like attention. You feel what I'm saying? They still want the attention. So the good thing about being direct with them is that you get to give them less attention, but also get your what you're trying to get accomplished done quicker. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the good part about being direct. You feel what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Hitting your point
Right.
and like showing that masculinity. by
Exactly.
being,
So
like,
so she don't
showing
waste your goddamn
what you're
time.
trying to get
You
at.
feel what I mean? So she don't waste your time and shit, because chicks will do that, man. I remember, I never forget, one of my friends fucking met some chick on the street. He was hanging out with her, or he was talking to her, and then they went to like a park and hung out for like an hour talking. And then he was like, "Yo, you know, we should do this again. Let me get your number." And she gonna talk about, "Oh, I got a boyfriend." So he hung out with her for an hour, talked to her, and then all of a sudden she talking about she got a boyfriend. You see what I'm saying? So this is why it's good to really get direct quickly, as quick as you can, because these chicks will waste your goddamn time. You feel what I'm saying?
I see.
So that's what it is, bro. You feel me? But yeah, man, I appreciate the call, bro. I'm gonna holler at you later, man. All right?
All right. Thanks, Mr. Locario.
All right, peace. Yeah, man.
All right, peace.
Don't let these chicks fucking waste your time, man. Because they will do it. They will do it. Man. You said, what are the best getting a beautiful girlfriend books do you recommend? You talking about getting a girlfriend specifically? I mean, shit. Hold on. Let's see what this is. EO, what's going on?
What's going on, Locario? This is Will South Detroit.
What up? What's going on with you, bro?
Man, a real quick couple of questions.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm curious of, some of the method that I use is, if I see a chick, I might either kind of, not necessarily block her, but, you know, touch her in the arm or kind of hold her up and be like, damn, you know, you sexy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them respond, but my thing has kind of been, if they keep on walking, or if they really pay attention to something that they're doing, I ain't saying that they're not 100% interested, but they're not cooperative. Now, is that more correct to do that, or could it still be nervousness on their part?
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, it could be nervousness. See, this is the hard part about, like, approaching girls in the street or, you know, hollering at chicks, whatever, is that you want to be able to sort of, like, understand and see when it's time to, like, bounce, or when it's time to keep going. You understand what I'm saying? And so you have to sort of assess that. So, but a lot of times, like you said, it could be nervousness on their part, because if you sort of just roll up on a chick and be like, "Yo, what's up? You sexy as hell," whatever, she's still caught off guard because, you know, you just came up and said something to her. You know what I'm saying? So women are.
You know what? That I've noticed, and I real quick like, what? Ain't nobody never told you sick as hell before. You feel like you know, I still don't do different shit.
Right. Well,
But
I'm saying that the thing is, women, just like how guys are nervous to approach women, women sometimes get nervous that you approach them. You see what I'm saying? So that's something you also got to understand too, and you know, take that into account. So sometimes guys misinterpret the nervousness for disinterest. You see what I'm saying? So what I say is, let's say if you're on the street and if she just keeps walking like really fast or whatever, you could let that go. But if you saying something to her and she sort of slows down or she looks at you and stops for a second, then that's a good sign to just really go in. You feel what I mean?
Well, because I'm looking for a full stop.
Mm-hmm.
Even though in most cases I get a response,
Mm-hmm.
but it's almost like they're still preoccupied with what they're doing.
Right. So you saying you trying to see if they'll just stop automatically and then you that type of shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In cases where it's not a full stop, I just kind of say she wasn't 100% interested.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing. You should
not trying to throw it into the 100 cooperation type role.
Right. Well, there's going to be a few that may stop, but there's also a lot that won't because they're still sort of in motion. You feel what I'm saying? So again, it all depends too on how you approach them. Because let's say if you approach a girl and you say something to her as you're passing her. So let's say y'all both passing each other. She's still in motion, so she's still going in her direction. But let's say if a girl's walking towards you and you get in front of her and stop her, you see what I'm saying? Like as she's walking towards you, you sort of get in front of her and stop her. Then you say, "Hey, what's going on?" Blah blah blah, whatever. Now she sort of stopped in front of you and you're talking to her. You see what I'm saying? So a lot of it depends on, or you can do the thing where let's say she's on the side of you and y'all are both walking in the same direction. You say that as you're walking with her. So it all depends on how you're doing it. You see what I'm saying? Or what's happening in the situation. You see what I mean?
So I see what you're saying. So still, it's not, depending on her interest level, it doesn't necessarily come off as being thirsty.
Right. Nah,
if we're walking in the opposite direction, and I kind of nudge on your arm or something like that, again to get your attention. Hey, you sexy as shit, or you fine as fuck, or whatever.
Right.
Because from there, I'm just looking for a response back.
Right.
A cooperation response. Even if she's still, because you're saying she's still in motion, even if I turn around and walk back with her, it's not necessarily thirstiness.
No. Well, that's the thing. You should if she hears you saying that and then she's still going in the direction, she sort of like acknowledges that she heard you, whatever. Then you can follow up with it. You feel what I'm saying? You can follow up with that shit. I'm gonna probably do maybe not this month, but next month. I'm gonna probably do like a bad boy membership program where I demonstrate how to like approach the chicks in the street. Where I'm showing me talking to. I'm gonna have it set up. It ain't gonna be like some the quote unquote infield stuff because I don't be fucking I don't be doing no like hidden camera shit. I'm actually have demonstrations so you see how to do it. You feel what I'm saying? That type shit like that. You know what I mean? So that type of shit. So
that's always been a kind of a question mark but I see what you're saying. In motion, it's like okay, well they just
right.
Women are funny creatures.
Yeah.
That's right.
Definitely, that's the thing.
They're just funny creatures.
That's the thing.
They like I was when I was talking to Juvenile last week, and if I see a chick with her phone in her hand or whatever, and I go up to her and I be like, damn, you was thinking on your feet, you knew I was coming, and you was getting ready to put my number in your phone,
right?
And it be catching them off guard, but it's a hell of an approach,
right?
Even if she's on the fence. And the reason, and real good example, I had this one, she was probably young 30s, and she probably was on the fence about me anyway. And the reason I can tell that is because even when I was throwing that game to her, when she looked on my Facebook, I guess she decided that she wasn't no longer interested.
Right.
Because we were supposed to look up that next day. So, but it was such a hell of a game or such a hell of an approach that some women I've been rejected like right on the spot. Because I had them, that's damn, you get ready to put my number in your phone, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so when you got time to go out? What's your step? When are you free? You
right.
free this week? Let's set up something. And I've had some women turn like, oh, no, I got a man, I can't do that.
Right.
Like that.
Right, yeah, that's going to happen sometimes, shit.
Yeah, I had this one girl carry on the whole conversation until I handed my phone. I'm being direct with it.
Right.
Like, okay, you free on the weekend, let's do something there.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until I handed my phone, she was like, oh, no, I can't. I'm like, damn, what the hell is this thing to do?
Mm-hmm.
So.
But see, that's good though. You out there going in because, that's the thing. The more you practice and put it out there, and you start seeing how chicks respond, and you get into your own rhythm. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. I think guys need to start learning, going out there and doing things, because then you get into your own rhythm and your own style of approaching these chicks. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the thing. You know what I mean?
Even if you get dissed 100 times, just keep pushing it.
Right.
It's just the way it is.
Right.
You
exactly.
never know. Look, I got a little bit of a belly. And they don't bother me one bit. I feel like, because a lot of these chicks out here got belly. So whatever.
I feel you. Shit. I feel you, man. But yo, man, I appreciate the call, my dude. All right? I'll let you people, man. All right, man. Be safe. Yeah, man. All right, let me see what this is. Yo, what's going on?
Mr. Locario, what's going on in this Aussie?
What's going on, bruh?
What's going on, man? So, let me just piggyback, because I'm a few seconds back. I can't listen to the show and call at the same time. I had to sacrifice one real quick to talk.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, just listening in, man. Let me get them some game real quick.
Go ahead, do you.
It's some simple shit, man. I made a drop about this earlier, and it's about taking action. But let me give y'all some other game.
All right.
For instance, right? It's not even about what you say.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? It's about how you say it, and y'all don't emphasize the shit. Let me give you an example, a life example, right?
Right.
So for y'all listeners, check this out, right? I just came from having a nice breakfast, and I just finished playing golf, right?
Mm-hmm.
Regular shit, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can ask me, Happy Kingdom, what you just finished doing? Man, I just was playing golf. I did a bad job, and then I went to eat, and the waitress took a long time to get my food. But yeah, what's up, Locario?
Right.
See that? Now you see how that sounds.
Right.
Now let me give you the expert level game version.
Mm-hmm.
Ask me how I'm doing. What's up, Ozzy? What you up to? Oh shit, man! Just came from the golf course, man. He had a 9-hole. It was a bad white bitch in there. She was chilling, man. Then I went to the food. My food was piping hot. You know what I'm saying? The waitress was bad and shit. Was good. You see the difference? I just did the same shit 2 times.
Exactly. Real talk,
That's
bro.
The difference. So while y'all motherfuckers watching Locario videos, it don't work because you don't work. That's why it don't work.
Facts.
Listen to the passion of my voice. Do it sound like I kind of know what I'm talking about, or do it sound like this is the reality?
Right.
Answer me that.
Right.
You gotta have some foot behind your step, man.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this, Locario. Let me tell you this real quick. So, this is some game right here for y'all. Hey, Locario, if you missed I want you to check out my drop because it's real good. You'll like it. I don't always refer them, but check out the last one.
Right.
Listen to this game. So look, I talked to this guy. I had a one-on-one. I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So talking. He was 27 years old.
Right.
So I was telling him, and that's what I tell my guys when, like, man, you want some pussy or you want me to tell you how to get hella pussy? Which one you pick? You want your ex back or you want a gang of bitches? That's the first thing I always say.
Right.
It's 2 different types of guys. It's real talk. Some guys don't want to be players. You feel me? So I need to know that from the gate. But so we were talking, and then he's 27. So I'm like, what do you do for a living? And he was like, he does forklifts. And I'm like, okay, so what's your plan? Do you want to be a manager? Do you want to have your own business? He was like, I don't know. I said, see, I tested you. That's where you fucked up. Because if you don't know, I don't know, and I'm turned off.
Right.
How you 27 and you don't know? So you wondering why this chick ain't texting you back? You don't even know what you want to do out of life.
Right.
How's she gonna follow you?
Exactly.
Where y'all
Exactly.
You ain't going nowhere but the motherfucking carousel going in circles looking at each other. You gotta have purpose. You gotta have status.
Mm-hmm.
It's your attitude.
Mm-hmm.
Locario know what the hell he's talking about. Why? It's because he does this shit.
Right.
He lives it. That's the fucking difference. And that's one thing I'm gonna tell you, Mr. Locario, that I don't like. It's only a few select guys that's doing this shit that's really doing it. I'm not even speaking on the level of them doing it. I'm speaking on some of them not doing it at all. They just talking about shit that worked 5 years ago and back in my day. Man, fuck all that. These are new days. And we need people to tell us shit that know this shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you fucking more bitches than me, or I'm fucking more bitches than you, the point is, we both fucking with bitches. So we know this shit. That's the difference.
See, that's real. That's real shit, man.
If I'm still know about MySpace game, how the fuck am I gonna tell y'all about this Instagram shit? You top 8 or no more. That shit's irrelevant. Just continue.
Right. Now that's some real shit you were saying, man. That's some real shit you were saying about, like, you know, how you say it, because a lot of times it's that energy behind what you say. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
It's that energy.
Right.
That's why you could think about this. You know, what's the dude? Quentin Miller, the one that was writing for Drake. You understand?
Right.
If you heard the Quentin Miller version of one of the Drake joints, and then you heard Drake say it, they saying the same shit, but the way Drake say it sound better. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's about how you say this shit. You feel what I mean? And that makes a big difference when people are talking. You know, when you're talking to these girls out here. You know what I mean?
They do. And you have to make demands. And not only demands as far as telling them what to do, but you have to have standards, because the women gonna test your standards.
Oh yeah.
People will just think if they just shoot some, like if I say, you know, I had a thing and I was talking about basically like I was fucking this bitch, right?
Right.
And so I'm fucking the bitch or whatever. And so I talk to my bitches while they give me head and shit. So I asked her like, you ever had somebody call you a bitch? While you fucking their dick before?
Right.
Now the bitch told me no, right? She told me no. But mind you, she's sucking my dick and I'm rubbing her pussy, so I know what the real deal is. I don't, because I'm rubbing the pussy. I don't care about what she say no or yeah. I say, you gonna be a motherfucking bitch today. Pussy got wet right there. You see what I'm saying? That's expert level game. They better listen. Hey, y'all, they're in mind for the raw game. Y'all follow my shit. And y'all
hell yeah, that's the dude right there, man.
Bros, man. Because if this is the first time y'all hearing us talk, then y'all fucking sleeping.
Right. Yo, shout out to you, man. Yo, make sure you guys subscribe to Afi Kingdom, man, because he be spitting that crazy shit. You feel me?
Yeah, man. Locario, you know, you got me on here, man, so it's always love with you.
That's what's up. That's what's
I was
up,
just
man.
vlogging. I was just vlogging. This is my regular shit. But,
right.
You know, you got me on this, so, man, it's always boop boop with you.
That's what's up, bro.
Always.
That's
you
what's
always
up.
got a couch to sleep on in Cali.
Right, yo, we got to do another another joint, you know, another Skype joint, and then post it up. You feel me?
Yeah. I go back to work next week, man. So just email me right now. Well, not right now, but like
right.
Off or text me, and then we'll hook it up, get the topic together, and put together these fire for y'all.
Got you.
Don't listen to what they say though. Let me just say that before I go. I just gave y'all an example. If I would have said, "Ooh, she don't want me to call her a bitch," she wouldn't have came.
Right.
See? Do your shit.
Exactly.
Let the bitches follow.
Exactly.
And I'm checking out. Much love. Locario, hit me.
All right, bro. Mahalo. All right.
Okay.
Peace. Let me see who else is on here. Yo, what's going on?
Hello?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yeah, what's up, Cody? This is Jay, man.
What's going on, bro?
Chillin', man. I have a couple questions for you, too, brother.
All right.
Yes, you were saying that, too. I understand that, too, that you were saying how sometimes that looks as a matter. I agree with you. But don't you feel that in some way, though, when you go out with a woman, for instance, like, I went out with this chick probably a month ago and so like that. And when I went out with her, I felt like she made me more comfortable when she said that, "Oh, you're very handsome." Not that I need that validation, but the fact that when she found me attractive, because I'm not a Tinder, because I'm not a picture person to say, so that some of my pics, I look different, and it probably come out bad, whatever you may say. So she saw me impressed, she's like, "Damn, you're very handsome." But when she said that too, it's like the interaction made it more easy. So that's why I can understand some of your followers or people that see that watch the video say it looks do matter. And I agree with you, yes and no, because when a woman finds you attractive, it's like everything makes it easier for you. And not everyone is. Like I said, like you said too, not everyone's gonna like you based on your looks too. But I feel like too, when a woman finds you attractive, the whether you at a day, at a bar, it makes things much easier. Then she's able to want to ask you questions, want to get. Think about it. If a person finds you attractive, it's like pulling teeth.
Well, the thing is this is that if see you got to understand the difference between a woman finding you attractive and a woman attracted to you. And I've talked about this before. So if a woman can be attracted to you and also find you attractive, but just because a woman finds you attractive doesn't necessarily mean she's attracted to you. So this is why a woman can say you're handsome and still not fuck with you. You see what I'm saying? And so so that's why you got to see. So you got to see if she's actually attracted to you. Now, again, like if she says you're handsome, that could mean she's attracted to you, but you got to still find that out. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is that either way, you still want to do what you got to do to see what could go down. So, but the thing is, you don't want to, and this is why I say you don't want to necessarily rely just on that, because when you're relying on that, what happens is that you may get a little too laid back to where you're not really focusing on the situation in order to make the situation go where you want it to go. Because so what happens is, let's say you with the girl and the girl's like, oh, you're very handsome. So now you're saying, oh shit, this is whatever, I got this. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's over, right? Now, that's a good attitude to have. You feel what I'm saying? Be like, but you should have that before she even done said you're handsome. You see what I mean? Because now what you're doing is, and this is very, very important. I'm glad you brought this up. See, what you got to understand is that a lot of times what happens is that the reason why most people's game is weak is because they're looking for the easy thing to do. And so what I mean is, let's say for example, if you was rich all your life, right? You never had to think about money. You see what I'm saying? Now, let's say another dude is poor, but then he got rich, right? Now both of y'all are now rich. Now, what if, for sake of argument, both of y'all lose all y'all money? Who do you think is going to be easier to get rich again?
The guy who was poor, who got
exactly. And so that's what I'm saying, because he had to actually put in work to get where he was at. So the thing is, yes, if a girl's saying you're handsome and she's like, you could tell she's attracted to you because of that, hell yeah, use that to your advantage immediately. Like, yeah, let me try to, but what you don't want to rely on that, because when you're relying on that, you're like the rich guy who's never been poor, and then when you get into a situation where you being rich or you not having that money or whatever, doesn't matter, you're not going to know what to do. You're not going to be able to get yourself that type of energy again, because you were just coasting on what you thought was easy. You see what I'm saying?
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny you said that too, because some videos too, you have to talk about too, you have to be flirtatious. When she said that, I picked up some cues from you. I'm not gonna front, I picked a lot of cues from you, and I was pushing my boundaries and flirting with her, I was touching her,
right,
and stuff like that. Yeah, like you said too, it's still part of the game.
Right.
But the reason why I mentioned the look things too, I feel like when a woman finds you attractive, it makes it more easy for me to push my boundaries. For instance,
right.
Last night. Like, for instance, I went on a date last night. I don't know if the girl had found me attractive or not. It's like, when I was trying to, because I had to ask her a question. I was just asking her, like, so what was the craziest place you had sex at? It's like, she turned that question down. It's like, she turned the question down, and she went to another question. And then when I was trying to flirt with, that's my problem. Sometimes I be trying to flirt with a woman. I don't know if the woman is cooperating. So no, I don't want to turn the woman off. But nothing was going right with me last night with her. I don't know if she...
Well, see, but you know why though? I'm gonna tell you why. Because if you notice, look, this is what I'm saying. If you notice, what happened was when the other girl said you was attractive, right?
Yeah.
You felt good about that. You understand? And so since you felt good about that, you felt more confident, right? Since you felt more confident, you were more at ease and more cool, calm, and collected to throw the game down, right? Now, when you was with the other girl, she didn't really say anything about you being handsome, right?
No, not
right. So since she didn't, you were going based off of not knowing how she felt about you. So therefore, you felt unsure of yourself. So what I'm saying is, all you actually really need to do is feel how you felt when the first girl said you was handsome all the time, even if a girl says you're handsome or not. And that's what we talk about when we talk about confidence. Is having that exact feeling even when the girl doesn't say shit to you. That's what we talk about core confidence. You see what I mean? Because if you was feeling the same way with the second girl, you would have had that same response from the second girl. So it's not that you have to be handsome to the girl. You have to feel the feelings of how you felt when the girl said you was handsome all the time. You see what I'm saying?
Okay.
And that's the key.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is that, and this is what I tell guys, is like I always tell dudes like, yo, you have to approach and interact with women as if they all want to fuck you. That should be in your mind the whole time. Yo, this girl wants to fuck me. This girl is feeling me, whatever. You don't have to need her to say it. You can create the situation where she feels it. Even if she wasn't feeling it before, now she feels it because you created it. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, with the first girl, you felt the energy, but you only felt it because of what she said, and then you made it affect you. What I'm saying is you want to cultivate a lifestyle where you don't need her to say nothing. You understand? You feel that from the jump. And then so what happens is they're going to end up feeling it. Because what happens is what you're doing on a subconscious level, which is kind of, crazy, is that you're actually following the woman. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I mean? And you don't want to do that, because now your success is going to be based off of only if she actually says you're hot or you're not or whatever it is like that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you want to have that feeling, I'm telling you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Another question too. I know that I took you before. I don't want to keep you up that long.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people probably calling. Yeah. Another question too. Like, for instance, too, as far you were saying that on one of your videos talking about the type of men that women don't want as far as the woman settling.
Right.
But when a woman want to settle, that's why I said too, it's kind of confusing. But what if you do want to get married? And the woman say, you know what, I'm going to settle with Jay. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And the woman want to settle. So should I take that consideration about, oh, damn, she just want to settle with me because she found me? Like I said, I'm a social worker. Like I said, I got my college degree. Mm-hmm. But what if I, should I always put that in the back of my mind? Damn, what if she want to settle with me for? Because like you said, too, it's like with me, when you say alpha, what do you mean by alpha? You mean by alpha, you go out and say what the fuck you want to say, or leave it or take it, or do you lay back and let the woman settle down? Because the whole thing, it's like it's confusing. Because women say they want to settle down, but then when you give them, when you say stuff that who you are, it's like they fall back. You explain to me, you explain a whole, I don't know if I'm making sense.
No, I see what you're saying. Well, the thing is,
about the whole settle down thing.
Right. Well, the thing is, because I had a couple people in the comments asking me that too, because they was like, oh, but are you saying that you're a beta male if you get married or have a kid or whatever? No. What it is you have to understand how a woman is coming at you when she's dealing with you. So what I mean is, if a chick wants to settle down with you, is she settling down with you because she sees you as the type of guy who's just like gonna pay for everything and give her a certain lifestyle, but she's not really sexually attracted to you? She doesn't really respect you as a man. You understand? You got to understand, if she's seeing you that way. Now, a chick could settle down with you, and you could be that alpha, sexy, fucking guy who also can provide and protect and all the other shit. That's like the ultimate guy. So the thing is, you can tell what type of guy she sees you as based off of how she treats you. So if you're dealing with a chick and she only wants to fuck you once or twice a month, then you're the beta guy who she's settling for. She don't really like you like that. She's just with you because you have maybe some resources. You understand? But if she treats you with respect, she cooperates, she maybe cooks and cleans, she does all that other shit, she has sex with you whenever you want to have sex and all that other stuff, then that means even though she's quote unquote settling down, she actually likes being with you and respects you as a man. You see what I'm saying? But unfortunately, a lot of women who settle down with a husband settle down with a guy who they have no respect for. This is why you'll hear guys say, oh, you know, when you get married, the sex stops. No, it doesn't. It only stops because you were a guy she doesn't respect and she doesn't find sexually attractive.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear that too. After it was, I got up to, you know, I tried to got ESPN. He had mentioned that to a commentator.
Right.
He had mentioned that blatantly on TV too. I remember how when you get married, things change. It's funny, but for him, it does. I'm pretty sure the woman settled down with him because it's probably like, you know what, he probably has got it, probably gone through this.
Right.
But probably don't find him sexually attractive.
Right.
That's crazy.
Right.
Yeah.
Because these women, let me tell you something, man. Look, these women. I remember I was actually at a wedding, right? And I was having a conversation with this girl, and we were talking about Tinder. She showed me a picture of this guy on Tinder, right? Now the guy looked like a male model type of dude, tall, 6-pack, pretty boy guy, and the guy was, you know, contacting her, trying to get with her. And so I said to her, I said, yo, when are you going to go on a date with this guy? She was like, oh, I don't think I want to. And I said, why not? And she was like, well, because he's too pretty. And so she said, this is what she said. She said, I want to get with a guy who feels like he's lucky to be with me. And all that means is to translate that, she basically saying, I want to get with a guy who I can control. You understand what I'm saying? That's what that means. Because she feels that she can't control this pretty boy because she's probably going to be like, you know, she probably knows he's going to have other girls. She's going to probably feel a certain type of way being with him. She's going to feel insecure. She wants to get with a guy who she feels she can settle down with, who she can sort of control the situation because he feels that he's lucky to be with her. So therefore, he'll give her the resources, whatever she needs, because he wants to stay with her. But she really wants to, you know, fuck the alpha guy, whatever, but she's going to settle with him. You see what I'm saying? She's going to settle with the lame dude who's just going to, you know, be there and do whatever. You see what I mean?
Okay, yeah, that's that's honest.
Yeah, man.
But I mean, but as a man, how do you pick up these cues that a woman? Because sometimes too, when you meet a woman, you find a woman attractive, stuff like that too. She can lure you into the point where you may not even see you doing certain things like you want to do. Like you said too, don't be that guy to do things that you say you want to do when you find a woman attractive. How do you know that too? If a woman is trying to play games or she just settle down with you?
Well, that's the thing. You control whether or not this girl becomes your wife. And you have to stick with her, or you have to deal with her for an extended period of time. Like I've always said, I say, you know, and they even had things. I saw a message board where they were talking about me even talking about this. So I had a video years ago where I said, don't marry a woman until you've been with her for at least 5 or 10 years. You understand? And so people lost their minds with that. And basically what I'm saying is that you need time to vet this chick to make sure that she ain't on some bullshit. So 5 to 10 years is more than enough time to see if a chick is on some bullshit. And so the thing is that that's the period where you're seeing if she's worth being a wife. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're with her for 5 to 10 years, you'll notice if she ain't trying to fuck you. You'll notice if she's going to be on some bullshit. And then if you notice that, you'd be like, all right, well, this chick is on some bullshit, then I'm good. Because a chick, she could pretend for like 6 to 8 months to a year, or maybe a year and a half. She could pretend. You know what I'm saying? Until you know, you get engaged and get married. And this is why guys will say things change after you got married. It's like, no, things ain't changed. They changed because she was pretending to be someone who she wasn't. Then the real her came out after marriage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you got
that's crazy.
Right. So right. So you got to extend that time. You got to give her 5 years, 10 years, and then see how long she can pretend. You know what I'm saying? Who was the rapper that said, "It's only so long fake thugs can pretend"? Is the same concept. It's only so long fake bitches can pretend. You feel what I'm saying? And so you got to see, okay, is she pretending or is she real? And this goes for I even tell guys, like, you know, when you're trying to get a girlfriend, you may not have to wait that long, but you need to wait it out before you even make a girl your girlfriend, because you want to see if she's worth being a girlfriend. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is, man.
Yeah, last thing too, man. Last thing too. I'm probably in a rush. People, motherfuckers probably calling like crazy and shit.
Yeah, you good, go
As
ahead.
far as the cooperating thing too, I think there's some cues about it too. And I've been cutting some women off too. Back then I wouldn't because I'm like, man, she's fine. I ain't gonna cut her off. But she's cooperating. For instance, I wouldn't know if I've been if I rushed the situation. For instance, there was one chick I was talking to on Bumble, a friend of mine's named Bumble, whatever. So she had hit me up. You know, Bumble too, like the chick gotta hit you up first, right?
Right.
So she hit me up, whatever. And I picked up too, like you said, so always notice the women that like you, that would do certain things. That if I'm talking to a woman on Tinder and I ask her, let's just say your number, they won't waste any time. They'll send me their number, they'll cooperate. But this chick though, and we were talking, and with her, she took a while just to message back. I'm like, you know what, fuck. I'm like, you know what? Hey, send me your number, so that she sends number, get to know you, and take you out. Then she kept saying, oh, let me get to know you more.
Oh God.
And I'm like, and then I'm like, this is nonsense. I'm like, send me your number. And then she was like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, I'll tell you that. Let's go out. But I just deleted her. Do you think I rushed the situation? And like you said, too, because if she didn't cooperate, I felt like too, I had texted her. She cooperated. Do you think I did the right move in that situation? Or...
Well, the thing is, you know, there's really no rushing a situation. You understand? Because if the girl wants to make something happen, she's gonna make something happen. A lot of times girls they'll do certain things with certain guys and then do something totally different with another guy. So she's talking about, yo, let's talk here more, let's do this, do that, and then there's another guy who would hit her up and say, yo, let's go out tonight, and she'll be like, cool. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so you right. So you don't gotta think you're ever rushing anything. Now, in this situation though, if a chick is on some, oh, let's talk more or whatever. Now, if you want to engage with her, what you want to do is, this is something that I call the illusion of progress. You understand? And so what you can do is you say, okay, cool. Yeah, let's talk more. Here's my number. Call me now. You feel what I'm saying? Or if she can't call you now, be like, when can you call me or whatever? Just like, when are you free to call me? Here's my number, right? And then so make sure that when she's trying to get to know you more, she calls you. Like, that should be the next thing y'all talk on, is the phone. So you give her a number, like, cool, yeah, we could talk more. Here's my number. Call me on the phone, right? Right. So once she calls you, if she does call you, because sometimes what happens is, if she keeps texting you on the app, that means she's bullshitting you. That means she's on some attention whore type of shit. You just gotta call that a day. Now, if she does call you, right? You say, hey, here's my number. Call me. When she hits you up on the phone, you be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Right? And then so you can ask her one question, like, how's your day? How's it going? Whatever. She's like, oh, it's fine, cool. And then what you do is you slip right back into setting the date, right? And then so you set the date. You say, oh, so what? Yeah, by the way, so listen, Friday at 8, we should meet up at so-and-so or do this and do that. You feel what I'm saying? And then she'll be like, okay, yeah, so all you want to make sure you're doing is talking about the date. If she tries to go on a tangent about talking about some other shit, flip it back to the date. So anyway, so Friday, blah, blah, blah. Soon as you get that date locked in, be like, oh, listen, I got to actually run, but it was really good talking to you, blah, blah, blah. I'll see you on Friday. End the conversation. So basically, you did the same thing, but you gave her the illusion of progress by telling her, yeah, we could talk more or get to know, here's my number. So from her off of the app to your phone, that's progress, even though it's the same shit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what you got to do.
Yeah, but it's the same thing. But okay, that you say that though. What about when you're talking to a woman and then, for instance, so you set the date? For instance, let's just say I meet a woman on a Sunday, right?
Right.
And she said, well, I'm free on Thursday. And then on Thursday, I set the date on Thursday. But now she want to continue. I remember you guys said it to in your video, so don't keep calling her chick, don't keep hitting her up until the day. But a lot of these women, I'm not saying all, it's like they gotta keep. So I want to talk to you before the day. So I have like 3 women like that, like.
Right, so you're saying
my number. I can just block my number. So because I message, I see one green. I'm like, oh shit, she's like, so I gotta be.
Right. So hold on. So you're saying that you set the date for like a Thursday, but you set it on Sunday, and she'll be calling you like Monday and Tuesday and all that other shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, I'll tell her that no. They're so texting, hey, what are you doing? I'm doing good. They're like, yeah, I keep it short. They're like, hey, I'm looking forward to you on Thursday. But she's like, well, if I don't talk to you throughout the week, I don't want to go on the day on Thursday. I got to get to know you more. How do you go about that?
Oh, well, see, okay, so hold on. So if she's saying, again, this is why I'm glad that today's topic is man shit. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm doing a lot of these bullshit though. I'm doing a lot of that bullshit.
Right, right.
I'm like, okay, I'm gonna see you Thursday. Like one girl, she started talking to me. She's like, oh, I can't make it on Thursday. I can't make it on Thursday, but hopefully we can connect.
Right.
Because she got mad because I didn't follow. Like you said, I'm picking your cues too. I'm like, you know what? If the women don't block it back then, like I said, 5, 6 years ago, I'd have been like that better male. I would have went along what she said. Next thing you know, would have everyone out.
Right.
Like, fuck that. If you're not following, like you said, it's a lot of women out there. Most men don't understand.
Exactly.
I don't know. I'm not your level, but I know I'm not your level. Probably will never. But I'm starting to know the game, as you said too. It takes time too, feeling confident. But I'm learning that too. As I'm doing this, women get frustrated with me. I'm like, damn. I'm gonna see you on Thursday if I'm not interested. But my question to you is that how do you go around that though?
Right. Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. See, the thing is when, again, this is what I was saying before, that you have women who are going to treat you a certain way and not treat the other one. So I'm saying that again to say, because I want you to understand that they're doing this on purpose. You understand? It's not that because chicks will say shit as if it's a rule, like, oh, I have to talk to you before the date because this is how I do. No, it's not. You're bullshit. And you want to try to talk to me because you need some attention. You feel what I'm saying? And you want to get my attention. You feel what I mean? And then you may or may not even see me on the date. You see what I'm saying? So what it is that you always have to, if first you could either do one or two things. One, you could charge it to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Or I say soft charge, so you could tell her, hey, listen, I understand you want to do all of that, but I'm busy. So if we can't see each other on Thursday, then we can't see each other on Thursday. You feel what I'm saying? Good luck. If you change your mind, holla at me. That's it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, look, this is how I do. If you ain't really trying to get down with that, then peace out, right? Or you can do that, or what you can do is you can, again, the illusion of progress. You deflect back to it. So she's like, hey, what's up? How's your day going? Oh, my day is going great. How's yours? Oh, it's really good. This happened. Oh, that sounds really good. But anyway, listen, I got to run. I got to do this stuff, but I look forward to seeing you on Thursday. End the conversation. You see what I'm saying?
I did that too.
Right.
Like, she still didn't want that. I'm like, damn.
And then what happened? She still,
like you said, I kept it short.
And then and what she do?
And then before the date, like on a Wednesday night, she had texted me, oh, my car, she had one of her cars, she had a car problem. She said, well, hopefully I'll talk to you more. I was like, you know what, take care. I didn't say take care. I didn't go back. I was like, take care. That's it. Fuck that.
Right.
She got mad because I didn't want to, yeah. But another chick too, like I said, so hard because there was another chick too. She found herself, 38-year-old woman. Mm-hmm. And I was like, when are you two to go out? She was like, well, I don't know when I'm going to be free. I'm going to be busy. But she was like, well, but I want to continue to talk to you more. I was like, you know what, I'm not really a phone person like that. I was like, so let me know when you're free and contact me.
Right.
Other than that, she blocked me too. I'm like,
well, that's good. See that? Well, again, it's better to, and this is the thing. Again, this is that man shit right here. It's better to. It's better to have them block you or be on that bullshit or whatever, and you not deal with them, than to have went on a date and dealt with them on that bullshit. Because again, the chicks who are really feeling you, they're not gonna be doing all of that other crap. You gotta understand. A lot of times when chicks try to do all of that stuff, what it is that most of them are just looking for attention anyway, and half of them were probably going to flake anyway, because what they're doing is that they're looking to get validation through your attention. And this is why it's important for you to make sure that you're direct, that you keep shit short, that you do in any of the situations that you're dealing with women, you want to be able to get the job done with the least amount of attention being delivered. And this is why you cut them off on the phone real quick. This is why you try to set up the date as quickly as possible. This is why you don't contact them until the day before, the day of the date to confirm. You want to be able to get from point A to point B without all the other nonsensical things in between. And the reason why is because most of these girls are going to flake anyway. Do you see what I'm saying? So now what happens is, if you're entertaining all of that, then you're entertaining all of that, and you're going to waste a whole bunch of time. Like I'm telling you guys this from experience. I've had girl. I remember one time. This was like in my early 20s. I was on the phone with a girl for like an hour and a half or some shit on some dumb shit. You know what I'm saying? That happened to you too, right? Like, you see what I'm saying? So I'm on the phone for an hour and a half. Everything seemed all good. Everything seemed cool. You know, she hit me up again like, 2 days before the date. We speaking in another 15 minutes and shit. Then the day of the date come. Oh, guess what? Something came up. Blah blah blah. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I wasted all this time going back and forth with you for nothing. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. So you gotta. And this girl's where I've met her online or whatever, where I would text a girl online and I would say, listen, I say, yo, let's meet up in, at 8:00, and this is the same day, and she'll be like, cool, that's it. You feel what I'm saying? Or I get a girl's number online, I say, yo, let's meet up Friday, and it'll be like a Monday. I don't speak to her the whole week. I hit her up Friday morning. I say, yo, we still on for Friday this evening? Yup, I'll see you there. Boom, that's it. I ain't got to talk to them on the phone. I ain't got to go back and forth with them. And of course, I had the girls who would, sort of text me or whatever. And all I would do is same thing. Hey, yeah, that's cool. But listen, I got to run. I got to do this. I'll see you on that day. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. Because all that other extra shit it's the worst. You see what I'm saying? These girls will waste your time if you let them. So you got to understand that. Because the guys, I think what they think is they think it's necessary. Like, oh, I guess I got to keep talking to her so that she'll, be attracted to me once we meet up. No, you feel what I'm saying? You don't need to do all that shit. You understand? The ones who are going to want to see you, they're going to see you. The ones who don't want to see you, they're not going to see you. And again, when these chicks talking all that, oh, well, if you don't talk to me, I'm not going to want to see you on the first. Well, okay, want to piece the fuck out. You feel what I'm saying? And this is what I'm talking about with that man shit.
Yeah, like you said, too, I remember one of your videos, too, you were saying that, too, it's the fear of losing. That's why I got to that point. I don't care. If they're gone, they're gone.
Right.
And that's why I have to because I'm like, you know what? Like the other girls I told them that, too, hey, we're going to meet that set. Back then, 5, 6, 7 years ago, I would have done that because I'd be like, damn, she fine as hell. Because your mind, you're like, damn, I'm probably never going to meet another fine one.
Right. See,
but like you said, I could give a fuck no more. Fuck them.
Right, and this is the thing. You should be offended as a man that a chick would have the audacity to tell you, oh, well, I ain't gonna do this if you don't do that. Well, get the fuck out. Like, and first of all, if you do that thing she's asking you to do, you lost her already. So basically, she rejected herself because now, as a man, I can't even talk to you no more. As a man, I have to get rid of you. Because you said, if you don't do this, I'm not going to do that. So basically, if I do the thing you say to do, I'm following you. Therefore, I am no longer a man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So therefore, you're not even attracted to me after I do this shit. You see what I'm saying? So the thing is, I actually need to charge you. I need to say to you, and listen, if that's the case, well, I guess we don't need to see each other. You feel me? So good luck. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. If you want to make something happen with me, and you come to your senses, you can holler at me. Other than that, we ain't playing this game. You feel what I'm saying? That's crazy. Like it's just like that shit. That shit to me is extreme disrespect. You understand what I'm saying? A girl talking about, well, if you don't do it, first of all, I don't even know you. Second of all, I'm a man, so I'm not going to be playing these games with you. You either going to follow the program, you're going to fucking get along with this program because I'm actually orchestrating this shit, right? Either you doing that or you not. And that's the thing that guys got to understand. If you meet a chick in the street, online, whatever it is like that, as a man, you're the one orchestrating the entire situation. You understand what I'm saying? They're following what you're doing. So how dare you tell me what to do and what you ain't gonna do when you're supposed to be following my lead, because none of this shit ain't happening unless I make the shit happen. You see what I'm saying? That's crazy talk.
Yeah, I'm going to say that too, that if it's not you not making it happen, it won't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a too. Yes, one more thing too. Last question. You also that too. My whole thing, when you go out in a lounge or like that or a bar, it's the stigma. I don't know how to pick up sticks. Sometimes when I go out, like you said, too, sometimes I always got to go out by yourself too. If I go with my boys,
Mm-hmm.
I go to a place. I feel like too, some of the women don't get signals or they don't want to talk to me because they're already in a groove. I don't know how to approach a situation. Like I said, I gotta feel comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta feel comfortable. How do you feel comfortable when you go to a bar or lounge just to approach a woman, a group of? Because I'm always feeling like too. A lot of people, like I said, I only live in Connecticut. I always believe that Connecticut got some of the most bougiest, stuck up bitches. I could be wrong. You motherfuckers are stuck the fuck up.
Well, the first thing, you know, the first thing is, as a man, right? And this is the thing. As a man, you have to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. Because you're saying I want to feel comfortable. Fuck that.
Yeah.
You have to get comfortable with feeling uncomfortable. You see what I'm saying? That's why you ever hear people say that as a man you should take cold showers, because what happens is that the cold shower, it sometimes can prepare you to be in uncomfortable situations. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, and that's the thing, because the other day, you know, I had surgery. You feel what I'm saying? And so I was uncomfortable, you know what I'm saying, in the situation. And so before I had that, what happened was I was taking some cold showers a few days before the surgery and shit, so that I can get used to being in sort of uncomfortable situations and just thinking about certain things and dealing with certain things. And so what I'm saying is that when you're in those lounges or bars or whatever, there will be girls who will give you signs here and there, but don't worry about the signs. You understand? Just go in anyway. Just go in and talk and approach and start the situation, create the situation. Don't wait for the girls always say, because a lot of guys are into this thing where they only want to talk to a girl once they see the girl's choosing. Again, if a girl's choosing you, that's great, take advantage of that. But if you're waiting for the girl to choose, again, you're following the woman. That's not man shit. You see what I'm saying? Man shit is, I see you, I want to go after, I want to fuck with you, I'm going to go do what I got to do. Period. You see what I'm saying? And so don't worry about the sign, because you're saying, well, the girl looked like they stuck up, and fuck it, let her be stuck up and see if she's stuck up. And if she's stuck up, you keep that shit pushing. You feel what I'm saying? And then you go on to the next girl. So again, you got to create your situation and create your world where you don't wait on anyone else. You're not being in anyone else's frame. You create your situation. You feel what I'm saying? You create this as you're that guy that creates whatever you want. So when you're out here and you're at these bars, these lounges, who cares if this girl or that girl is not trying to talk to you, whatever. It don't matter. There's other girls in there. I can talk to this girl, talk to that girl. So I'm not waiting for nobody for me to do the things that I need to do. You got to do the things you need to do, because you need to do things for you as a man. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of times, and I was talking about this earlier, is that because us as men, we take on a lot of things, as far as, you know, even when we talk about the game, where we talk about, you know, us interacting with women. Because look, check this out. When you think about it objectively, we are actually learning this game to bring to, and like I said earlier, to give service to women. So what I mean is that you're doing a woman a service to even talk to her, to even get with her, so that she can experience a relationship. So again, like, this is why I'm saying, how dare a woman tell you, well, if you don't do this, I ain't gonna do that. Fuck out of here. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm already doing the service. So when you're out there in these bars and these clubs, whatever, remember that you're doing that service. And if the chick doesn't recognize or realize that, then it is what it is. And also too, what I want to say, the last thing I want to say is, understand that you got to look at the character of the girl. So what I mean is, there's nothing wrong with getting rejected, but how is she rejecting you though? You see what I'm saying? And so this is what I'm saying, where certain girls, they'll reject you, but and then you have certain girls who are just on some bitchy shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so you don't want to sort of indulge in that nonsense. You feel what I'm saying? You want to always keep that that positive energy when you're out there doing what you're doing, because you're gonna run into those bitchy chicks, but you don't want it. You don't want, again, to be pulled into that frame so that you start feeling a certain type of way about yourself, or you start feeling like, well, I'm not comfortable. Because see, when you're saying you're not comfortable, the uncomfortability is from the fear of being around that bitchiness, or the chicks being on some dumb shit, or the chicks being whatever.
Yeah, that's how. Like I said, I'm gonna lay back down. Like I said, the rejection. Sometimes they do that.
Right.
I don't want to talk to you. Whatever are you? I don't know you like that. I'm like, that's how people go off for to get to know. I'm not saying you gotta fuck me. I'm just saying, like, so how you doing? They doing that dumb shit. I'm not saying all of them. Like I said, I'm not saying, like everyone. I'm just saying that that's what I don't like. They doing that. Like I said, when I was young, they said it was funny. Cause I actually went to dancing team night. It was funny. You're supposed to go. And I said, as you got older too. I don't know if the game had changed. Women had changed. Maybe it was the maturity, stuff like that. Women expect more from a guy. But yeah,
right. So that's it. Like, don't let none of that shit phase you, and don't sit there waiting for some chick to fucking try to give you the signs all the time. You understand? Like, the signs are cool, but don't wait for that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Because you want to always carry yourself as a man. Like, and so as a man, you're not waiting for a chick to tell you that it's okay to come and talk to her. Fuck out of here with that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
real quick.
That is it, man.
So, like I said, I take game from you too. Like I said, so I had met this Dominican girl. I didn't know she was Dominican Spanish girl. I just walked up to her. Like you say too, just walk up to her. I was like, hey, how you doing, beautiful? I'd like to get to know you. But we say, remember that thing, like you said, if she's interested, we had the same night, we started kissing. Next time we hang out, I smash. Like you said,
exactly.
Too.
See, and that's what I'm saying. That's that cooperation. And you just gotta find more women like that, and all you do to find more women like that is just talk to more women, and then the ones who gonna be gravitating to you, that's the ones that's gonna do it. You feel me? But yo, man, I appreciate the call, my dude.
Yeah, you too. I appreciate you too, Locario, man. Hey, I hope you get well from that surgery too, brother.
Appreciate it, bro.
Time too, man. Keep keeping up. I want, fam.
All right, bro. I'ma holla. All right, people. Listen, that is it. Let me remember. Get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, the ebook, hard copy, audiobook. And remember, you get the hard copy. You get, an autographed copy of the book. You feel me? And also make sure you guys go to patreon.com to join the Patreon. And make sure you guys go to join the Patreon. Go to let me type it in the chat real quick. www.patreon.com/Mr. Locario. Also go to badboymembership.com. Membership.com. And also go to undeniablegame.com. You type the shit in there. Undeniablegame.com, where you can get the free program Undeniable Game. So make sure you guys get all those things. I'm gonna see you guys again next week, and next Friday I'm gonna be in Jamaica and shit. So I'm gonna probably be streaming from there, if depending on the schedule or whatever. But I'll let you guys know. Let me shout out to all the people in the room, man. Shout out to Ronnie Ron. Shout out to my dude African Kingdom, spitting that fire when he called up. Shout out to my dude Humble Wolf. Martin79934, Got Juice. Chizzy City, Joe Blass, Rob Goldberg, L Hall, McCann Cornell. Shout out to my dude Mike23, Eric Sampson, Desmond Cook, Tony Fetula. Shout out to you. Who else is up in here? Shout out to my dude Nez. Who else is... The hell, I got fucking flies crawling on me and shit. Shout out to Mac Riss. Who else is up in here? Albert Michelson. ESA. Got Juiced. JXN141. Beast of East. Shout out to you, bro. Rob Cruz. Johnny Quest was up in the piece. Man, I appreciate all of you guys coming through. And I will holler at you guys later. And remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.